Welcome to Homework Lib.
If we have a solution that contains silver, or potentially silver, potentially calcium, and potentially copper, and we add some sodium chloride, if we were to add sodium chloride and silver were to be present, the silver would react with the chloride to produce silver chloride precipitate. So when we added NaCl, nothing happened. Therefore, this didn't happen, and there was no silver, would be the only conclusion. Then, when we added some sodium sulfate to the solution, we did get a precipitate. Well, sulfate typically forms soluble compounds, but there are a few exceptions, and one of them is with calcium. Calcium sulfate is insoluble, so the precipitate that would have formed would have been the calcium ion reacting with the sulfate ion from the sodium sulfate, giving us the precipitate calcium sulfate solid. So calcium is present. Then it says we went ahead and we additionally added, after filtration, sodium carbonate, and we produced another precipitate. Well, most anions form a precipitate with carbonate. The carbonate solubility rules are most carbonates are insoluble. So the reaction would have been the copper, 2+, reacting with the carbonate to produce our copper carbonate solid, and so copper is present. So the two ions that are present are copper and calcium, and the two net ionic equations for the precipitate formation are these two shown here. I hope that helps.